Okay, so apparently Clarissa Shields had a birthday party and Papoose Daughter was invited to the birthday party and she brought all her friends, right? So I'm not sure how old Papoose Daughter is, but this one in particular, I do think she's close around my age. She's not 30 yet, but she is in her 20s. So I believe we're around the same age range. As we all know, Clarissa Shields, she says she's 30, but from the comments, a lot of people say that's a lie. I mean, I don't know. To me, to be honest, she looks older than 30. I'm not trying to be funny, but she really does look older than 30. Um, she looks kind of hard. She does. I could tell Papoose likes his woman a little rough. Um, and the thing is, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but to me, I don't see what he see, but judging by her interviews, well, not judging because I can't judge nobody, but you get what I'm saying. Listening to her interviews, she seems like a good person. She seems like a good person. She seems like she's easy to talk to. She seems like she's a vibe. And I can tell she's a girl's girl. That's good. She said that the daughter pulled up to the party with like 15, 30 people. So that goes to show that Clarissa is one of those people. You know how some people have events, you can't pull up to their house or to their party, whether it's in a public place or not, with all these people that they don't know. But you could tell that, she was cool with it. Maybe because she wanted to win Papoose over. And we can all see that Papoose is the type of guy that um if you want to be, with him, you gotta accept his kids. Some men not like that. You don't have to get along with their kids to be good with them. But Papoose, I can tell he's the type of man. If you want him, you gotta, take his kids too. You know, Papoose is one of those guys that he has enough love to go around for everybody. Papoose is a good person, just in general. He's a good person. You could tell he's a good person. He doesn't walk around saying he's a good person, but you could tell he's a good person. Like I always say, you have to watch people that say, I'm a good person. I just get along with everybody. I love everybody. Those are the people you have to look out for. You have to watch people like that. They want you to think that they are something that they're not, right? But the ones that don't say they're a good person, but you can just tell they're a good person, those are the good people, right? So I was reading through the comments on a post where someone asked Remy, were you bothered by, the fact that Papoose daughter came to the birthday party? And she said, no, why would she be? She hoped they had fun. Great response, right? And another comment has spoke on, the fact that they don't follow each other anymore. So I went to the page and the daughter that I'm speaking of her name was Chanel 9. I forgot if it's an underscore, a period, whatever. Somebody, y'all social media trolls, y'all be on it. Y'all be on it. But her Instagram page is Chanel 9. So when I went through the thing, I'm like, they don't follow each other anymore. But here's the thing, y'all. It's not a big thing if she doesn't follow Remy anymore. Remy doesn't follow her anymore. I mean, it's not a big thing because at the end of the day, I mean, just because she's not with her dad anymore, that doesn't necessarily mean they beefing or they at odds or anything. That doesn't mean that. I mean, it's I'm not gonna say she beefing with the lady. Here's the thing. I think a lot of the times people they look for things where it's not really, I mean, because based on what we've seen in interviews and what we've heard in interviews, Remy probably had a big part to play in the upbringing of Papoose children. Now, we do know that Chanel, I don't know if that's her real name or not. The daughter, we do know that um her mother is still around because she tagged her mother in a post telling her happy birthday. So her mother is still around. Now, I'm not going to say Remy raised them, but she's been around, so I'm not going to say necessarily she would disrespect them because when my step pops and my mom was at odds, you know, I still keep in contact with him to this day. To this day, literally just saw him yesterday, went to go see him yesterday. So that doesn't necessarily mean, sometimes you could still go to breakfast with people, go to lunch with people. That don't mean just because they didn't work out, that don't mean, and he's not my real father, but I still go see him, because he has been there for me since I was little. You know what I'm saying? I'm not his child. Always had a birthday gift for me, always had a Christmas gift for me, so that doesn't mean people are at odds because their parents didn't work out anymore. No matter how it may end it, even if Remy cheated or not, they said my steppops cheated on her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still cool with him because the way I look at things, I judge people off of the way they treat me. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never said nothing to me out the way, ever. Ain't never touched me inappropriately, ain't never got fresh with me, none of that. So I deal with him based on the way I deal with him. Because I know she got her ways. I know how difficult she can be. So I deal with him accordingly. You get what I'm saying? Make me mad, I hang up, we be all right. Give it a little time. So um I'm not gonna say they at odds because now here's the thing. I do think, in my humble opinion, I think Remy thinks more of herself than than in fact who she actually is. I've said what I said. Okay? Because let's just be honest. In my humble opinion, Remy has always tooted her own horn more than what it really needed to be honked. I'm just saying. Because to be honest, outside of the song Conceited and Lean Back, what other songs do I know off the top of my head that she actually featured? And Remy is one of those people that we've all met, people that we just want to tell them to their face, like, hey, it's not this, it's not that, you're not as hot as you think you are. But a lot of people are afraid to say it. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where, like, I have a cousin that just reminds me of Remy Ma. She does. She's her skin complexion is like her. She talks like her. She's from the Bronx. We know, everybody knows not to play with her. She reminds me of Remy Ma. She do. It's certain people you just know not to play with, right? And it's not a facade. You just know not to play with them, and it's real. And she just thinks, and one time she pissed me off, and I told her, and to her face. And when I told people that, I told her to their face, they're like, I don't believe you. You told her that to her face. I don't believe you. And I did. I sped walk away real fast, but I did. And she told me, she said, if you want my little cousin, I would have punched you dead in your mouth. When you said that to me, I would have beat you like you was a bitch off the street. And it's certain people you just want to tell them, like, hey, you not as hot as you think you are. You this and you that. And because let's be honest, I think Remy Ma, like my cousin, is a good person. But she just thinks more of herself than what she actually is. I'm just saying. Because for real, is y'all really checking for Remy Ma music like that? Be honest. Even when she was making music, and I do feel, to be honest, I feel she stopped making music because she finally accepted the fact that won't nobody checking for her music like that. I'm just saying, it's, I could see that when she was hard, Remy Ma, she was starting to realize that won't nobody really checking for that. That's when she tried to, soften it up a little bit, because it was giving bull dagger for a second. I don't think she's one, but her vibe is so hard. I'm telling you, I got a cousin just like her. I'm telling you, dark like her, talk like her, act like her, from the Bronx. I'm telling you, and People know. People know. They know not to do it. They know not to do it. And it's not a facade. It's who they really are. You know. So, as far as her being jealous of Clarissa, I don't think she's jealous of her because they are two in the same. I'm just saying. Both of them people know not to play with. Both of them hard. Both of them will get active. You know. And neither one of them people don't really want smoke with them like that. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, y'all can pretty tell from my channel that I'm really unbiased because I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't give a fuck. I told y'all I started the channel because I work 2 jobs and I got to stay woke. So this ain't nothing that I plan on making a lifetime out of anyway. I'm just up here, you know, when I work my 2 jobs. But outside of that, I said what I said. I don't care because, I mean, people have a right to feel how they feel, you know. But, again, Clarissa seems like she's a good person. And Remy, I think she's a good person, too. She just honks her horn way more than it needs to be honked. I'm just saying. You know, she does. And I don't think she has beef with Pop. I think, even though her and Papoose didn't work out, she has so much love for that man, and she should, I would hope so. Even if you don't love him the way that you loved him at first, you should respect him. Just off GP of him being there for you. Regardless that you shouldn't, I don't think she would make static with his daughter. Because at the end of the day, that's still his daughter. And out of respect and love for him, I don't think she would do that. I don't think she would do that. I really don't. And Clarissa, again, I wouldn't get my feelings too involved with him. Because at the end of the day, he was madly in love with Remy. Madly in love with her. And you can't just fall out of love with people like talking about it. He was, anytime you come see a woman day and night coming to that prison and see them, you are deeply in love with this person. You can't just, that's not something you could just shake off, wake up one day and like, oh, I don't love this person no more. I'm telling you, do not get your feelings too deep involved with him. It has nothing to do with him still being murdered. He loved him some Remy Ma, okay?